Here. I've marked on your map where my father says we can find the ingredients. I will see my fallen brothers and sister avenged. Even if it's the last way. My father has been chief. Who would have believed the withered hand would poison our water? We must hurry. Oh, such a relief to see a familiar face in this ghastly desert, particularly today. Well, I discovered this fabulous portal in the Alik'r ruins. I sent my assistant through, and yes, and unfortunately, it seems they're now planning a full-scale... You're a true hero, and I mean that. My camp is beside the ruins. That's where I left the book you need. I suppose that's a reasonable question. As you might imagine, the elves have locked the main entrance to the portal room. Oh, I haven't the foggiest notion what's in the prison. It's been centuries. My researchers in High Rock gave me the essential background. Solace N was an Ailiad stronghold, built by human slaves in the Merethic era. It's quite fascinating, really. It would seem to prove that the Altmer and the Ailiads were still connected further into the Merethic era than we believed. Oh, how kind of you to ask. Let's see. I was in Hrothgar for a while, but Orcish... Who knows? Who cares? The blathering fool. Please, Father.
You are welcome to our camp. We are you have seen, of course. The tribe is weak, and I am soon. Yes, there can be no doubt. The withered hand.
I do not like this.
We have never faced. There is a ritual. My daughter. I told her the ingredients were for an antidote, but she knows now. Thank you. My daughter is not happy right now. She's as stubborn as... That is good. I believe she is finished.
Stay back, Wanderer. You are welcome to our camp, but our chief is not entertaining guests. Like so many of... The king has waited too long. So many warriors have died, and Marina...
The great man lies dying over there, and he has put all his faith in... Very well. Then here it is. Go to the Mikada in the back of it.
Samir, my brother. Finally you stir. Did you drink too deeply from this? Morwa's mercy. Maybe you took a head bump too. Did you forget about the battle? The regatta will drive these... Now there is the Samir I know. Sometime you will have to tell me what has befallen on this last night. A story of wildness I am... Samir, I am really starting to worry. Have you been ensorcelled? The year is 853. Blade's Edge. I am sorry. You are the crown prince, but I am your brother, and I was worried. Please tell me you are all right. I've been looking... The Ashaba? These people I do not know. Are they also elves? If we must, because they do not want us here. Our people came across the sea from old Yakuta to settle here, but these elves, praise the gods. It would not be proper if we were not present when Father makes his speech.
Regatta, you all know that the elves are outside our walls. These infidels call us barbarians. They would drive us from this land, but what the elves do not know is that Rutger himself guided us to these shores. He decreed that the Alik'r would be our home. Today, the infidels will see the strength of the Shahai. Ansi will guide our blades. Today, the sands will run red with elven blood!
You look strong, Samir. My heart is proud.
Yes, and much of the glory for this victory will go to you and your brother. Yes, it is a great honor and a great responsibility. But you have...
I know you will be victorious, my son. May Ansi guide your blade.
I must make my offering to Ansi. Come to my tent when you are ready to enter the battle. Our deeds today will be remembered for generations to come, brother. Lead on. Gods, look at the walking bones. These elves have no shame?
You are too late, Samir. Your fault. The necromancer slew your father and then reanimated his corpse. It is the most... Samir, you must not go in there. You would have to strike down your own father. As darkly... Yes, there is no other choice to be made. I know your father would not want us to abandon our new home here, but he could not...
We should discuss this.
Samir!
Come with me. Fate has dealt us a cruel hand, my brother. I agree with you. Father would not want us to flee our home, because it is clear that one of us must make this sacrifice. You are in line to become king now. If you strike our father, you would be throwing all of this away. No! No, please! I beseech you to reconsider this decision, Samir. I cannot... is done then? I would not have such courage. No, you deserve to be honored for your actions. But the Vizier says your courage, your humility. You should be king, not I. I'm sorry.
Why, Samir? Why? You have broken the most sacred tradition of the... Good. Then there is nothing more for us to discuss. Let us hope your brother...
Welcome back. You were gone for longer than I expected. He was. Samir went on to start a family and a tribe in exile. They wandered the desert as nomads and became known as the colony from Yath would have fallen, but Samir led his tribe against the necromancers and their army of risen dead. The Ashab. You have now witnessed the first sacrifice, and you know that true honor need not be named. You are one of us. You are a Shaba. Yes. The words have been spoken. Normally, my father... There is little we can do to help our fellow Ashaba here now. So we should do as my father wished. We should dedicate... There is a place to the northeast. A sacred place called Tuwaka's throne. It is a place of quiet. I must see to the consecration of my father's remains. It would be disrespectful to do otherwise.
Oh, hello there. I remember you, from that tomb in Glenumbra. Because it's all my fault. The Aldmeri. Lady Laurent sent me through the portal to investigate. When the elf... Praise you, praise you. I'm trying to gather all her things. But her tools are scattered out in the ruins. There's one more thing you should know. Lady Laurent hired this thuggish Tamian fellow. I believe she already asked... No, that expedition was quite a success. Because he's a brute, and I need to be the one to give her the tools.
Old man Bonjour, heal me!
Well, if it isn't my old friend from Crosswich. Let me guess. Lady Laurent has you helping clean. It could be worse. Lady Laurent pays well, and she's got a pretty ambitious travel schedule. Did he? I'm surprised he could get that out through the whimpering and whining. Just following orders. Even before this, Stibbons couldn't keep up, so Lady Laurent hired. Well, for one thing, I'm better looking. For another, I'm actually getting paid. Stibbons, don't think too long. I'll go down there and get the tools myself. I was wondering if you were going to ask that. Yeah, I snapped. I suppose if you want to lug around the extra weight, I won't complain. Don't think too long. I'll go down there and get the tools myself if I...
Well, I think I've gathered up all of Lady Laurent's personal... Praise the Eight! You just... Ha! That sneaky Tabian fellow sure will be surprised.
You certainly made short work of those elves. There seem to be few odd Thank you very much. It's through this door right behind me. The problem is that it's locked, but... if only I could have someone like you around full time.
Before you speak, stranger, know this. For centuries a spell has bound. Did you hear me? This is no common spell. It was cast by Alik'r. For centuries, amateurs like yourself have tried to release me. Fools, all. It pains me to speak of the past. Would you force me to... Ha! Please! There's a word I remember well. Please, she said to me. No one will know. Nuralanya, she was called in her high elven tongue. She was just Nura when we were together. I could deny her nothing. I was enthralled, a slave. Our secret was eventually exposed, and the elves were furious. Our love was an abomination. I was here, and she was there. To see one another, but not able to hear, or touch, or hold. Yet even that torment. Elves live a long time, but not forever. I sat and watched as Nura slowly grew old and died. Sometime after that, it was the regatta, the warrior wave. The warriors sought vengeance. The swords of Yakuta passed through these halls, and the high... They would have killed me, were it not for this spell. Instead, I watched, safely ensconced. A foreign people had arrived on these shores. They came from a distant land. Yakuta, it was called. Yakuta... It pains me to speak. Fine. It was the regatta, the warrior wave. The warrior... Fine. If I knew, don't you think I would have escaped? expect that to work. For centuries, amateur... How are you doing that? You may be onto something. By the bloody fangs of Moloch! By the stench of Moloch's gaping maw! I should thank you.
The orc I know and love would never utter such words.
Nura, is it really you? It's been so long.
We've suffered enough of this curse. By the grace of Mara, I've been allowed to take you beyond this mortal realm.
Finally, a release from the suffering of this world.
Come, my love. We have the rest of eternity to be together.
Arrogant elves. They have so much faith in that. All right. You're going to have to protect me, though. The chamber may be clear now, but as soon as I... All right, let's get this started. Woohoo! Damned elves. Oh, wait till I just leave this place. Loose. Well, that takes care of that now, doesn't it? I'm actually quite relieved. It would have been... I am too. Now.
Know this, like all things, the pearl. When the pearl is uncovered, the time of Sep's hunger will be over, and water will run. One sound will open the way, and one sound will close it. Take the call and find a goat. Use the call. The pearl is the way and the guide. It is the light to the far shores and back again. So it begins again. Satak was the first serpent. Satakal eats himself, and the spirits move to the far shores to wait for their next. What answers the story never changes. Never. The pearl is the way and the God. So it becomes. Well, after all the years it's taken me to find this place, he was one of Divad Hunding's companions. He died fighting goblins. Soon, yes. First, though, I must take proof of my find to the temple in Santa Kalam and ask the priest to ensure this is done. I hope the message will give her some solace, and perhaps soften her heart so she will not be so angry when I return. She is in Sentinel. It was one of those coincidences that can only be the work of the gods. I am not certain. Perhaps she has. More one knows, that would have been better for her.
They will pay Satakal's wrath, Wayfarer. Unless you want to wade through an army of undead, go no further. These dogs, the Beyonce wards, stolen. There is no way. The impervious vault. Oh, Tuwaka will do the cleansing. We must only clear the way. For each direction the wind blows, there is a brazier. Light the first 3, and meet me at the west brazier. I will light that one. Then, we do not know. There is no record of these defenses ever being used. All I can... This man is very dangerous. He is the leader of these withered hand dogs. Tuwaka is the caretaker of the far shores. This is not good. Not good at all. I've killed a skeleton or two in my day, but this is you. I'm pretty good with faces, but Do you understand why I am concerned? Some of the greatest heroes in history are buried here. Kings! Queen! There is. I maintain vigil here to ensure that certain ancient heroes, let's just say, if they're raised, that's a problem. With what's happened here, thank you. This is no small thing, I ask, and I appreciate you stepping up. I'll mark the graves' locations on your map. I'd go with you, but I have to walk. You're brave to cross blades with these. There are many heroes buried here, to be sure. But these three are the ones Ashaba's scholars are most concerned about. Rena was an arminger in the Order of Diagna, who died in the... Razul fought alongside Divad Hunding, leading the regatta to conquer Alik'r. Yes, she seized the throne the ancient way. Late in the First Era, the king died with no heir and the nobles squabbled over the throne. Done well, Wayfarer. Tuwaka is pleased. Very soon, it is... Tuwaka says you will have the pleasure of killing this Uwafa. With his help, of course. Uwafa has sealed himself inside the sanctum with my priests. I fear for them, but Tuwaka will help. Go now, and light the final brazier. Oh, yes. We cannot forget those. If this... Of course. All priests of Tuwaka know such things. The wards were in the hands of these necromancers. The strength of the Anse wards is much weakened. Keeper of souls, hear the prayer of your humble servant. Your sacred grounds have been defiled. The rest of our ancestors have been disturbed. I ask you to send your sacred breath to cleanse the temple and give us your blessing to destroy the defiler. He has given his blessing. Go into the inner sanctum and kill Uwafa.
Corruption.
I am very proud. Tuwaka says that you Tuwaka says you should not worry. He says you will find them. I can watch over. I do not know where the other Ansei wards have been taken, but Tuwaka tells me that you must go east, my friend. No, Tuwaka is quiet now. He is not worried about you. He is more worried about me. There is a great scholar in Bergama. Her name is Zore. She knows much about the Ansei wards. She may have the answers we seek. Wherever you go, Tuwaka will be with you. Of that, I am certain.
There's no need for me to ask whether the heroes had been raised when you found them. I only need to know, are they now at rest? Then you fulfilled the duty of the Ashaba here.
Can you not see that I am reading? My husband? Armin? Gods, I believed him dead long... Greetings to the sister.
May prosperity find.